Welcome sim racing fans to Daytona International Speedway. We're here tonight with the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series. My name is Mitch Rollo. I'm going to be a lead commentator tonight. Alongside me is Aaron Grosskopf. He's going to be the second chair, and he's also going to be pressing the buttons, getting the picture that you see to you. Aaron, this is fixing to be a really exciting race here tonight at Daytona International Speedway in the Xfinity cars.
Yeah, I'm pretty fired up about tonight, Mitch. Really excited. These guys put on a fantastic show, especially at Super Speedway. So really excited to get that going.
The race length tonight is going to be 70 laps here at this 2.5 mile super speedway. Looks like we got about around 30 cars tonight, Aaron. So going to be a decent field here tonight at Daytona as we get set with just about 45 seconds left in qualifying. Tommy Ryan currently on the pole with Chad Coleman right behind him. Just 2/1000ths of a second separating those two guys for that pole position. Josh Parker just now putting up a fourth place time of 49.733, tying with Jordan Hightower in that number 22 car. So those guys third and fourth respectively, with really close lap times in qualifying here. With just 15 seconds left, look like Tommy Ryan going to pull off the pole tonight, and we'll get the rest of the field rundown just as soon as qualifying time expires here tonight at Daytona in the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series. And qualifying just now wrapping up. Tommy Ryan does indeed get the pole, and starting to his outside is going to be the number 20 of Chad Coleman. Third is going to be Jordan Hightower in that number 22, and starting fourth is going to be Josh Parker in that number 23. Starting fifth tonight, going to be the 30 of Brian V. Macklin in that number 30, and number 33 going to be right to his outside in the number 6 spot, and he ran a 49.742. 9 of Bobby Wetzel going to be starting 7th tonight. 8th is going to go to the 39 of Daniel Falkingham. 9th is going to be Doey Woods in the 07. And rounding out the top 10 tonight here is going to be Byron Daly in that 06, and the rest of the field going to scroll across the bottom of the screen here as we get set. Like I say, 70 laps here at Daytona. We'll see. Hopefully, we can get some good green flag action here tonight, Aaron. As we get set, drivers just going through a short drivers meeting right now as they grid up here. And Tommy Ryan with a really good lap there. Chad Coleman not far off in that 20 car, starting second. And these guys, we've seen it time and time again, these guys don't seem to take it easy at the beginning of these races. They always seem to uh, go as hard as they can right from the start. And it's always exciting to watch here from the booth. This gridding almost complete. We're about 15 seconds from rolling off here at Daytona. And once again, we want to send a huge shout out to the series sponsor, Kickass Beef Jerky. Check out all their products. Go to kickassbeefjerky.com. They have all sorts of scrumptious treats and jerky and pepperoni and different things like that. So definitely go check them out. Kickass Beef Jerky. As we are rolling off here, heading into turn number 1. It's just going to be one pace lap here tonight at Daytona. And as we were talking about before, Tommy Ryan going to lead him to green tonight.
Mitch, pretty surprising front row start for Chad Coleman. Not very well known for starting up front.
Yeah, usually Coleman makes his way through the field as the race goes on, but tonight really good qualifying effort here from Chad Coleman, and he's always one of those guys you expect to be near the front at the end of these things, but like you say, usually takes him a little bit to get up to the front. He's better on the long runs usually, and another guy that we haven't seen in Sim500 for quite some time. Josh Parker in that 23. So we'll see what he can do in his, I believe this is his first race back in Sim500, 500 if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what Josh Parker does here tonight as we roll through 3 and 4. Pace car leads the field, but not for too long. And then Tommy Ryan will lead him to green here at Daytona. Any final thoughts before we get started here, Aaron? Some technical issues here.
Watch out for the big one. That's all I'm going to say. Get that out the way now.
Absolutely, the big one always imminent here at Daytona. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing here. Tommy Ryan with a really good start. Usually you don't see him before the green flag drops, because now those cars behind the 99 of Tommy Ryan are going to get a huge run on him and possibly catch him and go by him. So Tommy Ryan with kind of a questionable move. Now he's going to go up top, let the 22 go beneath him. So maybe this was a plan of attack here from Tommy Ryan. Maybe going to go to the back of the field now as Chad Coleman running second, I believe, to his teammate of Jordan Hightower, going down the back straightaway with Josh Parker right behind them. As they work into turn number 3 here. Mostly single file throughout the field here. We got a couple cars on the top line out there. Tommy Ryan leading the top line. Then you got the 33 of Ryan Howard and the 67. That's the 67 of Jeff Ryan. So that top line is starting to get a little bit of momentum now, as we're going to probably start to see a few more guys jump up to the top side, try and help that top side up. And there goes the number 9. There goes the number 9 of Bobby Wetzel to the top as well. So here comes that top line, Aaron, working through 1 and 2, trying to get a run down the back straightaway to try and get those leaders.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen it here with the newer builds of iRacing. The top line, it's just going to be, I guess you could say, leapfrogging all night, the top line to the bottom.
Yeah, you're always going to see guys, possibly squeezing into a space that wasn't exactly there, as you see that number 9 of Bobby Wetzel doing a really nice job heading up that the top side there right now as they work through the tri-oval, and Hightower leads yet another lap, and Coleman was second at the line there. And as they work into turn number 1, you see there's about an even amount of the cars on the top and bottom lines right now in this first little pack. Then there's a little separation where a couple cars are just kind of lingering there off that first pack, and then they go back to the second pack where they're a little bit side by side back there as well. And now who's that pushing it 3 wide up the middle there? That is the number 06 of Byron Daly. So Daly trying to go somewhere early on in this race. Now he's going to squeeze up to the top line, up in front of the 31. That's the 31 of Eric Arnold. So Byron Daly getting aggressive early. He's going to squeeze the gap again. He just about makes contact with the 67 and the 23. He's going to have to be careful here. He doesn't want to take himself out early. As they work into turn number 1, Daly has the option to go low. He's going to stay up on that top side. So obviously these drivers believe the top side is going to be where you want to be early on this race. Now he's going to throw it, no, not 3 wide just yet, but he's going to go above the 67 of Jeff Ryan, and now above the 33 of Ryan Howard. So Byron Daly trying to make his own line here early on in the race here at Daytona. Off of 4, he's going to need help up there if he's not going to want to slide back through the field yet again. As Daly, the only car up on that top line right there, no one letting him in, no one wants to let Byron in. So Byron kind of by himself up there right now. Hopefully he can find some help in order to get back down to that bottom side, or even the middle lane, or the middle lane, because right now he's no man's land.
One thing I do want to point out, you got Coleman, you got Hightower, you got Daly, and these guys got some big time super speedway experience. I mean, they used to be Drivers World Championship drivers. Some people know it as DWC. A lot of experience, especially in super speedway with those group of drivers.
Definitely, as that experience is going to play into what they're able to do here tonight. They know how this strap package works, and up front we're going to have a battle for the lead here as Coleman ducked out of the bottom line. Now side by side with Hightower, those two teammates, the 9 of Bobby Wetzel pushing hard on that 20's back bumper, trying to get him to the lead. And will the 20 hang him out to dry? No, he's going to stay middle for now. There he goes down to the bottom, going to hang up the 9 of Bobby Wetzel, excuse me. And Hightower going to get up on the bumper of that 20 car yet again as they work into the tri-oval right here. And Aaron, you know, these guys side by side, they're not being too overly aggressive here early on. Not as aggressive as I thought for sure, except for maybe the 06 of Byron Daly, because he was trying to make his own line on the top side work. But do you think as this race goes on, they're going to get a little more aggressive, or are they going to wait till the last, you know, maybe 5-10 laps to get really aggressive?
I mean, we've seen it time and time again with these guys, especially at super speedways. I mean, it's just a patient group of drivers here at Sim500. You know, I mentioned those guys, you know, recently in the broadcast. I mean, pretty much everybody in this league has won a race or two in official races at a super speedway. I mean, definitely a lot of experience with super speedway drivers. I think you're going to see them just ride for now, with the occasional, you know, Daytona incident because of netcode, you know, push drafting, locking bumpers or whatever. But I just think you're going to see a last-ditch effort at the end.
Definitely, that seems what it always seems to come down to here at Daytona. As a big bump for the 20 of Chad Coleman, did the 22 of Jordan Hightower. Those guys going into turn number 3, I believe they're teammates, so they're going to want to be careful about how they bump each other. Look at the 14 of Joey Gattina doing a really nice job. Don't see Joey up front, you know, all that often, but he's always a threat in these things when we come to the super speedway. Joey, one of those guys that goes out there, gives it all. It's all every week. So definitely awesome to see Joey up front. Look at Byron Daly, still trying to make that top side work all by himself up there, and he's doing a damn good job of it as they work through 1 and 2. Above that 99 of Tommy Ryan and the 07 of Joy Woods as they work down the back straightaway now. Byron gonna have a small run. Look at him side draft. Look at that as he's still making up ground up on that top side all by himself. As the 9 and the 06 almost made contact going into as now Byron Daly has a slot to get into and looks like he's going to take it for the time being. And you know, probably a good idea to stop while he's ahead, because I feel like, you know, before long, if he waits up there for too long, you know, he might not be able to get down to that middle line and might start sliding backwards there.
Yeah, but I think, you know, going back to what I hate to sound like a broken record, but going back to what I've hit on, you know, Byron Daly, a lot of experience, just filling it out and seeing what he can do as he goes to the top side again, and just trying to find out why. I mean, I think it's really going to work for him. I mean, he's really working there, keeping the momentum up as he falls back in line again. He's just trying different things. Makes contact with the 14, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there was definite contact there. You see a little bit of damage on the left side of that 06 machine. It looked like Joey Gattina just got maybe a little high off of turn number 4 right there. And maybe Byron Daly didn't realize how close he was and came down on him. But definitely some damage on the right side of that 14 as well. So we'll have to see if that affects those two cars. Hopefully not, as both those guys having a really nice run here early on tonight. Working lap 11 here at Daytona International Speedway in the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series. Lap 11 of 70. These guys, we've seen already a couple cars with damage because of maybe a little bit being a little bit over aggressive. You know, it's time for these guys to just take a step back and think about, you know, what the big picture is here. You know, I don't know that track position is really going to mean a whole lot, because you can get wrecked wherever you're at here at Daytona. Doesn't matter if you're first or last. I mean, you can be caught up in a wreck at any point here at Daytona International Speedway.
I want to throw something in here. You know, we haven't seen, you talked about it, we haven't seen Josh Parker recently in this series. As you see him in that 23 car, which is the second car in the bottom line down there. He's actually a part of the NASCAR Pro League for NASCAR Heat. You didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe that might have been why he stepped away from the iRacing side of things for a little while, so that he could focus on that side of things over on the NASCAR Heat side of things. So definitely cool to have Josh Parker back in the field tonight, as he's working, third place right now, doing a really nice job in that machine.
But now you see the teammates of the 14 and the 9 of Bobby Wetzel and Joey Gattina get together, and they're going to see what they can do on the top side of the racetrack. Like I said, I mean, you see two distinctive lines, with the occasional guy stepping out of line to go high. But I just feel that everybody's just taking off laps right now.
Taking off laps. Working lap 13, now going to 14 as we cross the line this time. And we're going to take this time, we're going to go corner to corner, we're going to step away for just a few minutes, pay some bills, and when we come back, we'll run you down through the top 10, see where everybody's at, and don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah. Isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway here in Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series, and just as we come back, Daniel Falkingham takes the lead, and Bobby Wetzel going to stay up on the top line. Falkingham goes low in front of Hightower, and we have a new controller of the bottom line, 39 of Daniel Falkingham. They got a huge run through the trial for that time, Aaron, and now Falkingham finds himself first car on the bottom line.
Yeah, lobsters up, baby. Lobsters to the front.
Absolutely, as you look at the sponsor on that 39 car, first rate bait, as Daniel Falkingham, that 39, repping that logo on that blue, yellow, and black car as they come off of turn number 4. Lots of cool paint schemes in the field tonight, Aaron, as we look at that number 9, Bill Elliott throwback from Mr. Bobby Wetzel, as that's a really nice paint scheme. I've always loved that paint scheme, and So really cool to see that one out there. And then you scroll back further through the field, and another one that was kind of standing out to me, that number 92 of Mike Grandy in that red, white, blue themed machine, Switch sponsored Chevy Camaro, as he works in the turn number 3. That's a really nice paint job as well. And then we also have the 51 of Justin Fuller, kind of just hanging back here early on tonight in that 51, trying to make sure he doesn't get caught up in any wrecks, but also another nice patriotic scheme on that 51 machine there. As 4th of July, just a few days ago, so these guys showing their patriotic side here on the simulator, Sim500 action. Really cool to see.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, 4th of July, it's probably the most patriotic time of year besides Memorial Day. It's good to see people show respect to the men and women that fight for our country.
Absolutely, and although I'm Canadian, Aaron, I'm going to be bringing out a special paint scheme tomorrow night for the Trans-Service Cup Series here at Sim500. I'm going to have a red, white, and blue themed machine to show respect to all my American friends here on the simulator. So I'm excited to unveil that tomorrow night as well. But back to the race here tonight. Chad Coleman back up on top, on the top line there. Hightower pushing him. Looks like he may be able to get clear into 3. Maybe not. Not quite, as Falkingham still going to control the bottom side of the racetrack. Coleman and Hightower at top. And that's Falkingham and Josh Parker on the bottom side. And I don't know how long you can push in these things before these motors start to get hot, but I don't think it's very long, because you see these guys pushing for maybe lap if they're lucky, and then they end up having to back off, maybe duck out for some air to keep these things cool.
Yeah, but you'll see it with them more experienced guys running up front. They know how to put their car in the right spot to basically push with half the car and keep the other half cool.
Yeah, that's very important here, especially late in the race if you want to have success. If you want to push someone around the outside or even on the inside for that matter, you got to know where to put your nose on that back bumper, and you got to be careful with the way you do it, because if you do it in a way where it's gonna upset the car in front of you in the whole field, that's no good either. So it takes a lot of talent, a lot of skill, and a lot of know-how to be able to do that in a way that you're not going to wreck the whole field.
Yeah, that's right, Mitch. Unfortunately, sometimes accidents happen in racing. And so far, so good for the Sim500 guys tonight.
So far, so good. And hopefully the commentator's curse does not come around like it usually does as we work lap 23 here. As we are pretty much a third of the way through the race here, Aaron. Not a lot of desperate moves made yet early on here, which is good to see. These guys, they need to take it easy and realize that this is a 70-lap race and they have time, because here at Daytona, passing, you can go through the field, whereas when you're at a different track, it's a lot harder to go through the field. So definitely, you look at all these guys in the back that are usually up near the front, like you look at guys like Scott Simley, Dwayne Vincent, Justin Fuller, guys like that are riding around in the back right now, just biding their time. They're in really prime position here. If a big wreck does happen in front of them, they don't have to worry about where they go or how hard they hit the brakes. They can miss that wreck fairly easily. So, a smart decision by those guys back there, but they just got to make sure they don't lose the draft.
Yeah, and with the experience that me and you're having in iRacing, you go into each restrictor plate race and you want to say, do I want to be up front tonight or do I want to be in the back? And that's just how they do it in real life. I mean, you'll see whole teams in real life, like earlier today, at the Monster Energy cars. They'll spend the whole race in the back and go about 10 laps left in the race.
Absolutely, and that's something we may see here tonight. As we were talking about the guys at the back of the pack there, Josh Parker takes the lead up front. So Josh starting to lead some laps here at Daytona International Speedway with Falkingham in tow. Now top line kind of sliding back just a little bit right here. We're probably priming up for another run. Looks like the 22 Hightower may be getting a little hot and trying to get some air on the nose of that 22 machine. So we'll see what happens here. Now Falkingham hops up high and Josh Parker has no help. So Falkingham going to go back to the lead once again. As I say that, Parker a big push from Comstock from behind, but it's too late as Falkingham will pull down and he will go back to the point here at Daytona International Speedway as they work through the tri-oval. Going to be a big run here, or maybe not such a big run for 20 and 31. That is Chad Coleman and Eric Arnold up on that top side, trying to push by those leaders on the bottom side of the track. And one guy that we haven't talked a whole ton about tonight, but we always expect him to be here at the end of the race, is the 42 David Comstock. And Comstock having a really nice run here tonight. Just slow and steady. Started 8th, or started 22nd. So big mover of the race, I believe, here early on is going to be David Comstock in that number 42 machine, doing a really nice job here, working his way through the field, but working his way through cleanly.
Yeah, and that's we haven't talked about him, which is very surprising. And normally we wouldn't talk about him this early in a race. He started a little higher than normal, I would say, for Comstock, and he's already on the back bumper of the leader.
That he is, and he is pushing that 39 of Daniel Falkingham down the back straightaway right now as they're going to start working into 3 right here. And Josh Parker on that top wants back into the lead. Remember, there's 3 ways to watch us with our triple threat streaming service. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Just follow the addresses that you see on the screen on the graphic as we are working lap 29 here at Daytona in the Sim500 Kickass Beat Jerky Xfinity series. And man, these races are always so fun to watch. There's lots of comers and goers and lots of guys that, you know, sometimes wouldn't usually be up at the front, Aaron, here at Daytona. So it's always fun to see those guys get up and battle and try and win these things.
Yeah, I mean, the first one comes to mind. We haven't seen the 07 of Doyle Woods in a while up front. We haven't seen 31. The 5's kind of breaking in a little bit too. He doesn't run up front that often. Here recently he has, but he's starting to figure it out.
He is starting to figure it out, doing a really nice job in that machine. And another one, Eric Arnold, we haven't really seen be up front that consistently this year. He's had his moments for sure. As here comes David Comstock to the lead here in that 42 machine, sponsored by RacingBids.com. As he will work into the lead. Josh Parker goes to 2nd, Falkingham 3rd, Eric Arnold 4th, and Doyle Wood's going to be 5th. As they work down the front straightaway right here. And all these guys doing a really nice job. The top 3 going to break away a little bit, but here comes Falkingham up to the top side. He wants to lead back from that 42 of David Comstock. Comstock going to come up and block the run he gets. And here comes Josh Parker now to the inside. He's not done with leading this race either, so things starting to get shaken up here a little bit here at Daytona.
Yeah, and you're really starting to see the leapfrog starting to happen. The top line gets passed by the bottom. The bottom will pass the top. I mean, it's going to start getting a back and forth race between these leaders.
And at the line this time, Comstock gonna lead. We're gonna take one more commercial break. We're gonna go corner to corner so you won't miss a thing, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
We're back here at Daytona International Speedway in a Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Sunday Xfinity Series here, and David Comstock trying to work back to the lead, and Parker had it at the line that time by 5/1000ths of a second, so really close to the line that time between Comstock and Parker, and working through 1 and 2. Now look at this, we got a line of 4 cars down the bottom side. With that 20 of Chad Coleman's going to push that 23. As I say that, he ducks down behind the 31 again, so making a liar out of me is Josh Parker and Chad Coleman. I had to go around those lap cars on the inside, and there's more of them up there. The 33 right now with 99 Tommy Ryan, the 10. That looks like the 10 of Dan Denayer, so I would imagine here pretty quick these guys are going to have to come down to pit, Aaron. We're working lap 37 right now, and I believe it's around 40 laps that you can go on tank of fuel.
Yeah, I believe that's right. I think you're starting to see guys get into that window where they'll have that extra lap of fuel if needed, and be able to pit. And, you know, just, I don't think you'll see a lot of guys taking tires because it's such a short race, but you will need gas to make it.
We'll need gas to make it to the end, so green flag pit stops could be coming up here shortly as long as we don't get one of those C words. I'm not going to mention what that C word is. I think we all know what it is, but if I say that, it's almost guaranteed that one is going to develop, we'll say.
Yeah, and you know, these couple guys that they're passing, it's going to be really close for them on fuel if we get that green light checker.
It is going to be close on fuel, as I think we already see, you know, a few cars coming down here and there to pit. You see these cars down on the apron right here. I don't know if they just fell off the back of the pack or if they got damaged somehow or what the deal is there. But you got to think within the next few laps, these guys are going to be coming down to pit as we're working towards that window where they're going to be on pit. Yeah, so working lap number 39 here. So likely only a few laps of fuel left in these guys' tank. Jason Jacoby, another guy we haven't talked a whole lot about. Maybe been hanging out for the first part of this race, but now up on that top side, everyone's starting to single file out here, Aaron. So what that tells me is everyone's getting ready to come down pit road. I do believe so. I would imagine the next lap or two, all these guys that have single filed out on the bottom are going to be coming down.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you are 100% right. You know, and the two friends up front, the 40 or the 42 and the 20. You know, they're probably going to come down and say, "Hey, I'm going to take left side on pit road. You take right." You know, as far as entry of the lanes, and pray that somebody behind them doesn't get in too hot. You know, getting down the speed here, as you know, Mitch, is probably one of the hardest things to do.
It is tough, especially on old tires like these guys are on, 40-lap old tires. So they're going to have to be careful with how they go down pit road, because if they, slide their tires or spin out, it's going to be almost certainly race over unless caution comes out. And here they come. Almost everybody coming out pit road. We'll see if there's any drama or any contact. Looks like everyone's going to get slowed down nice and easy. And it doesn't look like anyone's sped either. So really nice job there by everyone to navigate not only the pit road entry but each other, as everyone now going to come down pit road. I believe the rest of these guys... Oh! And he gets spun into his pit box. That was the 31 of Eric Arnold. As we'll get a replay up for everybody. He just turned across the nose of Doy Woods there, and unfortunately gets spun around there right by his pit box, and Doy Woods going to have a lot of damage on the front of that machine. And as we get the replay up, just a weird set of circumstances there that caused that. And we have another round of pit stops, and Fuller going to be getting on pit road a little bit. There was contact between him and the 6. That was the 6 of Jonathan Lockhart. We'll try and get a replay up for you guys of that one as well. But looks like Fuller. Yeah, he just gets in there really hot, makes contact with the 6 of Lockhart, and thankfully they straightened it out. Doesn't look like too much damage to either of those machines, so those two guys getting real lucky there, as they're all making their way off of pit road now. And in the lead right now, I believe, before everything cycles out, is Daniel Falkingham, but we'll see who cycles through as the race leader once everyone comes around after these pit stops cycle through here.
And one thing I noticed about that little incident, a little scuffle coming into pit road between the 51 and the 6, is how everybody remained calm, behind it. Everybody slowed down a little more. It just gave everybody room to gather it back up.
Yeah, definitely a really nice job by everyone to keep the damage to a minimal there, to not, make anything worse than it really needed to be. So right now, Daniel Falkingham is in the lead. Justin Fuller. So I'm not exactly sure how Justin Fuller is second right now, but I believe, oh yeah, here comes that lead pack once again, as they're going to make their way around the outside of those two lead cars, the 39 and 51. So there comes those cars to cycle around and take back their lead positions. But Fuller, really nice, cycle through the pit stops there, because he was running down back near the back, around 20th place. He now is going to be in the top 5.
Yeah, he literally came out of nowhere, and I think the pit cycle just played into his hand. And I think being able to stay out there with Daniel for those extra laps really helped him gain some positions on the racetrack.
Definitely, as Fuller going to be thanking his crew chief for that call, as he is now in the second spot. Going for the lead now is Justin Fuller. So he's not waiting around. He's got up here and he said, let's go, boys. I'm going to go to the lead here. As they work into turn number 3, Fuller going to stay up top with Comstock here. And now Fuller going to go down. Comstock going to stay up high. Fuller going back up to block Comstock's run now. And man, these guys starting to play some games. This is going to get really interesting.
Yeah, this second run here, this second stint, I guess you could call it, is really gonna be where we start seeing stuff gradually pick up as they go around the slow bar at the top. Everybody holding their lines, letting everybody have enough room to get by him, and here comes the assault from the bottom line.
Here it comes. Comstock not giving up easily either, as these guys very even up front. The two lines, you know, the top line can get a run on that bottom line. It's going to be all timing on you know, who's on the outside, who's where. You know, these guys are going to be wanting to be in a certain position at the end of this thing before it ends, and they're all going to be going for that same spot, the first car on the outside, and only one's going to be able to be there. So it's going to be really interesting to see when this race comes down to the last, you know, 5 or so laps, to see who gets that position and if they give it up, and where everyone ends up. So, and now you see the top line all grouping up on the bottom, and Comstock trying to take the lead back from Fuller yet again.
Yeah, as we start seeing some different people that we normally don't see in the top pack, you know, or the lead pack, top pack, I don't even know where that came from. You know, in the back of my mind, I want to see a different winner at Sim500. You know, we saw Nick James finally break through at Michigan in the Cup Series for his first Sim500 win. What do you think will be next?
Well, right now I'm looking at that 56 of Ian Hahn. I haven't been here for a lot of the Sunday races. I don't know if Ian Hahn has a win yet this season. But that car working on the bottom line, third car back from the bottom, is now we see 3 wide. Wow, where did that come from? There's 3 wide throughout the first like 5-6 rows up here up front in this pack. So this is getting really interesting to watch, as the top line, the 22 at Hightower, 23 at Parker. That's the 10, I believe. That's Dan Denayer, Tommy Ryan, and Ryan Howard. All these guys, you know, making a run on that top line. So. You know, really nice job by them.
Yeah, I think not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I hit it right on the head. We are definitely seeing it pick up with the slicing and dicing now.
We are seeing it pick up, and it's getting exciting here at the front of the pack, as it's going to be a lap car. They're going to have to navigate here, so they may be 3 wide for just a moment. That's probably why everyone got single file there, Aaron, as 4 wide at Daytona, usually not the greatest of ideas, as the 31 of Eric Arnold going down a lap, as these guys work to the line, and the leader that time of the line is going to be Daniel Falkenkamp. You know, you talked about these guys are starting to be slicing and dicing and getting more aggressive, but we still got, you know, 20 laps to go, 21 laps to go here at Daytona, and that's a lot of laps at Daytona. There's still lots of time left in this race. You know, it's probably not a popular opinion, but I'm almost in the boat where, you know, these guys got to keep taking it easy for just a little bit longer, at least till 10 to go, because no matter what you do, these guys are just going to keep, like you say, leapfrogging each other, you know, passing the lead back and forth, so I think these guys just got to calm down a little bit, maybe wait till 5, maybe 7 laps to go here at the end of this race to really take charge and try and take that lead.
Yeah, but you know as well as I do, fans love crashes.
Oh, absolutely.
And if a crash is going to happen, it's, you know, as much as this lead pack is really starting to slice and dice, it's calm down now. But I guarantee you, it's the calm before the storm. We're about to see some crazy driving.
About to see some crazy driving, so we'll take one last break here. You guys are watching the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity series here on the Sim Racing Network. We're going to go corner to corner. You're not going to miss a thing. And when we come back, we'll take you through the top 10. We'll let you know what happened during the break. And don't go anywhere.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway here in Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series. My name is Mitch Roll. Alongside me tonight, I have Aaron Grosskopf. He's he's pushing the buttons rather, to get the picture that you see to you, as well as helping me out on the mic. And at the line last time, which we'll go at the line this time, the top 10, because it's about to get all scrambled up. This changes from second to second, so top 10 right now: Chad Coleman, Daniel Falkingham, David Comstock, Justin Fuller, Scott Simley, Jason Jacoby, Dwayne Vincent, Ian Hahn, Dan Denaire, and Jordan Hightower are going to round out the top 10. And while we are on break, not a whole lot happened there, but these guys definitely start to slice and dice and get a little more aggressive here as time goes on. There's about 16, 17 laps to go here. Going to be 16th line, I do believe. So it's getting down to the time where it's going to be go time, but I think, another 10 laps these guys, might wait before they really start pushing the issue.
Yeah, we are really getting into crunch time, as our colleague Ben Kilcrease would say. And you're really going to see those guys that have been hanging out back to back really start charging to the front. And I think that's when we're going to see a caution if we see one. Everybody's just going to be pushing from the back to the front.
Absolutely. Everyone that was hanging back there to try and miss the cautions are now, I believe, starting to make their way up through there. You see 3 wide developing at the back of this pack here, starting with the 22 of Jordan Hightower, and then the 14 of Joey Katina is up there. Excuse me. Katina. The 23 of Josh Parker, and then the 5. F5 is the Chris Kaboo Machine. So these guys definitely starting to make their way up to that top line. Here comes Ryan Howard up to the top now as well. A lot of guys making their way up to the top. This middle line is going to be hung up to dry.
Yeah, I think we're about to see a third line come in, Mitch. I really do. It's really starting to shape up.
And you see Katina back there trying to get the help of Bobby Wetzel, but not getting just now. So only 4 cars up there as we speak right now. 5 cars including Katina. Here comes Parker. He's almost surely going to go up to that top line, try and make something happen up there. As lots of pushing going up at the front of the pack. And look at this top line coming around the outside. That's the 10 of Dan Denaire leading that thing. He works his way up to second, and this middle line is going backwards. Comstock gonna need to move into this gap here if he has any shot at trying to make this thing work. As he's not gonna slide down, he's gonna bank on this middle line, getting the momentum back, and now the bottom line has almost no help down there. So these guys definitely now starting to get aggressive. It's go time, it's crunch time, and it's time for these guys to start slicing it up and going for that lead and going for that win.
Here's when the real show's about to start, Mitch. You know, the pure driving talent of these drivers at Sim500 is coming out. I mean, we were just 3 wide for the lead almost. And I mean, and nobody's touching it. Everybody's staying in their lane. This is amazing.
It's amazing. These guys doing an awesome job. The top line starting to slide back just a little bit, but Josh Parker making his way up there now. Joey continuing back down to the middle line. These guys just kind of moving wherever the fast line is right now. This is when we see accidents happen, but hopefully that doesn't happen. We've been cleaning green all the way through so far here tonight, and hopefully these guys can keep it that way. Working lap 58, just over 10 laps to go here at Daytona International Speedway. And man, this thing is starting to get very, very exciting. There's starting to be some lines developed that we haven't seen all night. And as we say that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn it up, and you guys can enjoy the sound of these motors for a few laps. And a caution, there it is, half the field is gone. These guys getting in a massive wreck down the front straightaway. It started with the number 8 of Randy Yoakum right there, as we will get a replay up and see exactly what happened. As we have the replay up as they come off of turn number 4. Man, just 2 guys going for the same real estate. It looks like Comstock went down. And Randy Yoakum comes up and ends up spinning in front of the field, and man, that is just so unfortunate. There was a lot of good cars that got tore up in that. We were clean and green all the way through to this point in the race, and unfortunately, now we're under our first caution period here tonight, and man, I really wish that would have stayed green. That was about to get really, really good, Aaron.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just part of Daytona, man. I mean, it was bound to happen. You got 3 lanes. You know, all it takes is a little bit of internet problems. We all know what that's like. And I mean, there wasn't no internet issues there. It was just, you know, 2 cars going for the same spot. A racing deal. It's very unfortunate for Randy Yoakum, who was having a decent run, and David Comstock, who was probably was going to make a shot to win this thing, as he normally does. And
now we are looking at 10 to go right now as we speak. And the leader right now, Justin Fuller. We'll do a rundown through the top 10 here. Justin Fuller, like I just said, leading. Daniel Falkingham going to be second. Dwayne Vincent third. Chad Coleman fourth. Jeff Ryan at 67 going to be 5th. 6th is going to be Jason Jacoby. 7th is the 22 of Jordan Hightower. Josh Parker, Ian Hahn, and David Comstock. Right now going to round in the top 10. Unfortunately, right now Comstock on pit road with a machine that is almost certainly not going to be anywhere near competitive, as he got hit from, I think, every which way he could have been hit there. Right now we're under our first caution. We're going to go to a commercial. We're going to keep it corner to corner so you guys don't miss anything. And when we come back, we'll see where everyone's running at. We'll see where guys ended up after that big crash, how their damage ended up. And you won't want to miss this finish. We'll be right back here on the Sim Racing Network.
All right, right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway here in the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series here on the Sim Racing Network. My name is Mitch Rillo. With me tonight is Aaron Grosskopf, and lights are off on the pace car. Justin Fuller going to be starting first on this restart. Daniel Falkingham, Dwayne Vincent, Chad Coleman, Jeff Ryan, Jason Jacoby, Jordan Hightower, Josh Parker, Ian Hahn, and Mike Grandy going to be the top 10 here starting out. And a lot of these guys in the top 10 are clean, and you look behind them and there are some clean cars back behind them, but then you see the casualties of the massive crash that just happened. That was the cause of this last, the only caution of the night, this last caution that just came out. And you know, a lot of those guys, unfortunate, they were running really well all night, but now all these guys, there's some new guys up front that have a chance to win this thing. Justin Fuller has something to say about that, though. He's not going to want to give this one up easy. He's going to be digging hard for this win. As they head into turn number 3, the lights on the pace car are off, and we're getting ready to go back to green. And hopefully that was the last caution of the night. These guys are going to put on an awesome show these last 6 or so laps, before that checkered flag flies. So we'll see who comes out on top. Stay with us here as the green flag is about to drop. The pace car is off. Fuller is in control of the field and he's on it. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing here again at Daytona International Speedway. Top line going to have the advantage here. I do believe going through the travel into turn number 1, they're going to have a big run off of turn number 1, or turn number 2 rather, as the 39 Daniel Falkingham on that bottom line with Dwayne Vincent pushing him, as these guys trying their best to trying to come out the victor here tonight at Daytona. That top line has a big run right now, and Fuller might be able to clear him, but I don't know if he's going to go down to the bottom. That top line may be where you want to be here late going.
as you see Fuller and Buddy Coleman. He leaves his buddy. Spoke too soon, I guess. Fuller's really turned up the wick here. You know, rolling with that mirror driving, baby.
And look at the guy. We've only talked about him once, and that's because of his paint scheme earlier tonight here, Aaron. The 92 of Mike Grandy up in that third spot on the top lane. So I believe he's 7th right now. And he's doing a really nice job in that 92 machine. Is Josh Parker going to go? Oh, and there's contact. Oh! Are they going to save it? No, they go spin to the inside. Is that going to bring a caution out, though? I don't believe so. Should not bring a caution out as long as they stay off the racing surface. And we will stay green. Everyone's single filed out up in front now, and that could have been a lot worse there.
Yeah, one thing that iRacing does for all you fans at home that don't understand how that works. If you are off the racing surface, like off the driving line, it will not throw a caution. And with all that room that Daytona has, it's not going to throw a caution every time if you're that far off the racing surface. Which is unfortunate for those people that have been running up front all night. They got involved in that, but that's how it goes.
That's racing, especially here at Daytona International Speedway, as they are 5 to go, going to be 4 to go at the line. And Dwayne Vincent right now battling for the lead like he has not done all night long. So Dwayne Vincent doing a really nice job of taking advantage of the misfortunes of others and trying to make his way to the lead there in that number 13 Tabasco paint scheme. With these guys at the line, Fuller, I believe, had it at the line that time, 12 1,000ths of a second. So Fuller at the line that time. And look at this, 3 wide for second as Parker and Doywood's going to work up top, try and get around the 13 and the 5. And I don't know if that's going to work out for them as they look pretty even to the bottom, or to the middle and the bottom right now. And here comes Falkingham. And Falkingham going to want to get pushed to the lead. Right now, I believe it's going to be 3 to go at the line this time, Aaron.
Yes, as we're coming to 3 to go. Oh, and there's contact between the 5.
Oh, big crash in 3 and 4, and oh my. There's about 5 cars left on track without damage now. After that, we'll get the replay up for you guys. As looked like maybe a bit of net code there. Definitely a bit of net code there between the 92 and the 5. As Mike Grandy and Chris Caboo. And the commentator's curse strikes again as I was talking about Mike Grandy just a couple laps ago. And net code and those guys get together after the net code, and unfortunately everyone behind them ends up getting a piece of it, Aaron.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Chris was having a great run, and I touched on this earlier in the broadcast, the internet problems, the net code. That's what sealed the fate for people involved in that caution.
And now, like I say, there's not a whole ton of clean cars left out on the track right now, as looks like the top 5 are completely clean. Then you look at Chris Caboo, he has lots of left side damage on that machine and some rear end damage. And the 98 of Stephen Herring, that vehicle not looking too bad, but still some damage on that one as well. And same with the 6 Lockhart, lots of damage. Byron Daly has a little bit of damage on his machine. So Byron Daly, we haven't talked about a ton since the beginning of this race, but now he is coming up front and trying to get this win. And we will have one attempt at a green-white checkered finish here tonight, Aaron. So if they don't get if they have another caution here on this first green-white checkered attempt, that will be it, and the race will end under caution.
Yeah, I remember back in the day we didn't have this. And I am so
as
glad
we work
that iRacing
lap
finally added it.
69 now, but that doesn't matter as soon as the pace car lights go off and we get the green flag, it'll be a green and a white, then a checkered flag. And again,
but yeah, the green-white checkers are really a nice thing that iRacing finally added.
Definitely something that a lot of guys have been asking for a long time. It's really nice to be able to have the opportunity to end these things under green as opposed to ending on their caution. So, really cool feature that iRacing implemented. I believe it was just this past build, that came out in June. So really nice job by iRacing to implement the green white checkered option here on the simulator.
And they also added the nicest looking race car ever in the Mustang Cup Series car.
Well, I think that's a subject that is debated heavily among the members. The Camaro's not bad looking either, but I think the Mustang and the Camaro are both pretty sweet looking rides. So pace lights not yet off on that Ford Mustang pace car. So we'll have another lap to get ready for what is about to happen here, Aaron, as we're going to step away for just a minute here and go corner to corner. And when we come back, we'll be dropping the green flag here. Don't go anywhere. It's about to get very, very interesting.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway here as we get ready to flip the lights off on the pace car and have our one and only attempt at a green-white checkered finish here tonight in the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series. And Aaron, what are you expecting to see here? Are you expecting it to finish under green, or do you expect another caution to come out?
Obviously it's going to finish under green. We can hope, anyway. But, I don't know, I'm hoping to see the 13 take it.
That would be cool to see Dwayne Vincent take this thing here tonight. We didn't talk about him a whole lot throughout the night. But here he is running 4th on the outside row, second car back. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. And Fuller not going to give this one up easy. So it's going to be interesting to see here if Fuller ends up going before the green flag drops, and maybe getting out up into that top line and in front of Falkingham, or if he decides to stay, go on green and stay right in front of that 20 car. All these questions are going to be answered here shortly as we go through 3 and 4. The pace lights are off on that pace car, and we're getting ready to go green for the last time. This is going to be really, really interesting. Hopefully these guys can keep it green right down to the end. I don't know how many competitive cars we got left out there because a lot of them have damage, but we're about to find out as we work off of turn number 4. And Justin Fuller getting ready to lead these guys back to green as the pace car. Going to take the sharp left hand to pit road. And looks like Fuller's going to go on green. There they go. Green flag is back in the air, and we're racing once again here at Daytona. And Fuller has the edge right now as we speak. But Falkingham going to have a big run off of turn number 2. They're laying back just a little back there as caution comes out. And Justin Fuller going to win this race as there was only one attempt at the green-white checker. So Justin Fuller wins here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. And second is going to go to Falkingham, and third will be Chad Coleman. So disappointing end to a race that was otherwise exciting here at Daytona. And we will get that replay up shortly. Looked like it started with the number 22 of Jordan Hightower. And we'll see what exactly happened there. As the replay is up now. He was just on the back of that 92. Oh, and then there comes the 77. The 77 gets into the 22, or the 67, sorry, gets into the 22, and Jason Jacoby flips over. And man, he went for a ride. As you know, that was definitely a caution that did not need to happen there in the back of the field. So unfortunate that those guys, went and brought that final caution out and wrecked, possibly what was going to be an awesome race for the lead right down to the end here in the green and white checkered. But right now, Justin Fuller just needs to complete one more lap. And that number 51 Patriotic Nemesis Lab Camaro. And he will be victorious here at Daytona International Speedway. As here he comes to the front straightaway. And he will take the checkered flag. And he will win here at Daytona. And we're going to step away for just a couple minutes, get all of our top three together, get an interview in with them, and when we come back, you guys will hear that here on the Sim Racing Network. Don't go anywhere.
All right, Watson, let's analyze the chemicals in this cigarette smoke. Cadmium?
Check.
Formaldehyde?
Check.
Arsenic?
Sir, isn't arsenic what they used in rat poison?
Yeah, isn't arsenic what they use in rat poison?
Oh, what was I thinking, sir? It's not like we're gonna smoke them.
Neither will the rats.
Tobacco is no joke. Cigarette smoke has over 7,000 chemicals. Learn more at thefactsnow.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My doctor calls me and says, Chris, I have the results of your scan. This is saying you have lung cancer. And that was probably the single most shocking thing anyone's ever told me in my life.
How can I have lung cancer? I'm 39. How can I have lung cancer? I do kick myself almost daily for ever starting smoking. I really do.
Quit your way. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway here in the Sim500 Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series. Right now, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get down to pit road. I have caught up with Chad Coleman, the third place finisher here tonight in the number 20 machine. Chad, you started second tonight, finished third. We saw you battling up front for most of the night. Talk to me about your race here, man.
That was actually a lot of fun. It sucks we couldn't finish it up under green, but that race was a brawl. It was probably some of the most fun I've had at a plate track in a while, because you could kind of make your own moves, make your own luck, and racing around a bunch of guys that you trust makes that a lot easier. So that was a good time.
It was a lot of fun for us here up in the booth as well. We saw quite a bit of three wide action tonight. Talk to me about that. You guys looked really, really solid as far as all the three wide went. Guys did a good job as far as that went. Talk to me about the different lines on the racetrack and what you found was the best as far as where you wanted to be at what time, at what point in the race.
Well, it just depended on your situation. You could pass on either line, the middle or the top. Depending on what you're in, 2 or 3 wide. The top was better if you had guys behind you, but the bottom could surge out, and the very top up against the wall up there. If you had 3 or 4 guys that would get up there and commit and go with you, you could fly around the wall. It's just you couldn't get the guys to commit to stay up there long enough. I think they'd look, and their water temp and their oil temp would get a little high, and they'd kind of slide back in line and stop pushing.
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun here to watch in the booth, and it looked like you guys were having fun out there. Congrats on your third place finish here tonight. Do you have anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, thank JD Laird, JDR Graphics, for everything he does for me, painting my cars and all that good stuff, and buying the numbers that's on the side of it. As strange as that sounds. Sim500 for the league. That was like I said, that race was a lot of fun. And you guys for broadcasting, we'll go back and listen to y'all yell about it.
Chad, thanks for your time, and congrats once again on your third place finish.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And that was Chad Coleman, third place finish here tonight in that number 20 machine. And now we're going to we're going to slide down here and try and find Daniel Falkingham, our second place finisher tonight here. Daniel, that looked like a really wild race out there. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty crazy. But luckily I was in front of all the chaos that ensued. And yeah, we managed to keep this thing clean all night. It was really fun for like the first 60 laps. Can't believe we managed to go that long under green flag conditions, and then the last 10 laps was pretty bad. So I mean, on the green white checker, we didn't even get to turn 1. So but yeah, I think that kind of helped me out a little bit, because we were able to lock down second, and we probably would have finished probably like 3rd or 4th. I don't know where we could have finished, but yeah, the green white checker kind of helped me out at the end, and we were lucky to get second out of that.
Absolutely. We saw there was a lot of lines working out there tonight, bottom, middle, and top. Talk to me about what line you thought was most dominant and where you like to be all night.
Yeah, I just tried to go with whatever line was the fastest. I knew the top line is always fast, especially on a restart. They just got so much momentum. And then just once I get clear on the bottom, then that's when I take that line, because honestly, bottom's shortest way around the track. But yeah, just for me, I just want to be, just either the first car leading or just the second guy who's doing the pushing. So if like that opportunity presents itself on the outside, I can just jump up there and try to get clean air, because I was starting to push it really hard towards the end, and I was overheating a lot. So that's why I had to really jump to the outside quite a few times pretty aggressively, just to stay cool and not blow up. But luckily, we managed the temps really well tonight. Like, that's another hard thing. We had to manage the temps a lot, too, so that's what played into a lot of lines moving around, because everyone you heat up in these cars so quickly, and we're going to experience the same thing in the Cup car tomorrow night. So, yeah, almost like a chess match, pretty much, managing the water temps and choosing which line is fastest. So that was a pretty interesting part of the race.
If it stayed green on that green-white checkered there, and instead of that caution coming out, rather, do you think you had a shot at it, or do you think Justin Fuller would have had you covered there?
I think we had a good shot at it. I mean, we led a lot of laps tonight, but I mean, coming down the end, it's going to get really aggressive, and I know Justin's really good on these plate tracks, so I knew it was going to be really hard to get around him, and the last thing I want to do is wreck him. So, I mean, I probably could have gotten to him, but I think I would have just ran out of time. But and plus, if I were to be up front, like on the last lap, I'm I suck at blocking, so I think I probably lost it on a last lap pass. But yeah, I mean, it was fun. I know we had a shot at it, but hey, I'll take P2 considering the mess of Daytona.
You'll take P2 after all the carnage happened behind you. Is there anyone you want to thank here tonight for your run here at Daytona?
Yeah, I got to thank First Rate Bay Lops 207 for all their support and their sponsorship. Also got to thank Cameron Colby for doing the paint of this beautiful car. Also got to thank Joey and the guys, everyone who run the show here at Sim500. Thank you to everyone who comes out and races each and every week. Also, got to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Love coming back and watching these broadcasts after the races. And thank you to everyone who watched the race tonight. Pretty fun one to do.
Dan, thanks for your time once again, and congrats once again on your second place finish here.
Thank you, Mitch.
As that was Daniel Falkamp, second place finisher, and now gonna slide down just a little bit further here and find Justin Fuller, who is gonna be super excited with how the end of that race played out. Stayed out of trouble at the end of that thing when all the cautions were happening behind you. Justin, really solid run here tonight. You started 15th, rode in the back for a lot of the race, and when you needed to, you surged ahead, and you come bringing home P1 here tonight. Talk to me about your race.
Oh man, what a race! Don't you love when a plan just unfolds and it works out perfectly? 'Cause that's basically what happened. Me and my teammates Ian Hahn and Brian Macklin, we rode at the back almost the entire race until pit stops. David Comstock, our other teammate, rode up front, but we stuck to our plan back there, and at least I was gonna ride until we did green flag pit stops if we got to that point, which we did, thankfully. And when everybody pitted, we kind of were the last group to pit, and I was just able to leapfrog and gain a lot of ground on the leaders by doing that, and I just had a really good pit road entry. I did hit Jonathan Lockhart a little bit. I locked the right front tire up and just kind of slid up into him and put him in the grass, but I think he rebounded pretty good from that, and yeah, we just had a really good pit stop. We came out front. We ended up leading the most laps too. What a race! I mean, the cautions at the end were kind of unneeded, I guess, but we'll take it. It's a good win, and it's Daytona, baby.
Definitely take it. We saw from the booth up here just how much fun you guys were having out there with the 3 wide action. You don't see that a whole lot at Daytona anymore. Just talk to me about how fun it was. The fact that there was the 3 lines working tonight, and you could actually make things happen on your own. You didn't need 6, 7 guys to go with you to make something work.
Oh, it was great. I mean, you couldn't ask for much better than that. I mean, 3 wide, not wrecking. I know there was one big wreck there. I don't really know what caused it. I have to go back and watch, but yeah, the setup wasn't totally unstable, so it made for a really great race. You could really get a third line going. I never made it up there. I was in the bottom or the middle. So I never actually got to physically try the third line up top, but yeah, I mean, it was nice, solid setup. Nobody did really any over the top pushes or bumps to hook anybody up front anyway, and it was a lot of fun. That was probably one of the most fun Daytona races I've had, and I rode in the back for the first 45 laps.
So you bring home the checkered flag here tonight. Is there anyone you want to thank for this race here tonight?
First off, I've got a couple wins now with Nemesis Lab as a sponsor with Sean Yoder, but they've been on the truck and as an associate sponsor, and I've been wanting to get them a win when he's the primary sponsor. I finally did it with the red, white, and blue car here in the Xfinity series, the Kickass Beef Jerky series, sorry. So thank Kickass Beef Jerky for sponsoring the series. I want to thank Sean Yoder, Nemesis Lab, for sponsoring me in all 3 series and being my primary sponsor in this series and in the Cup series. I want to thank all the admins at Sim500.com for all they do. We race again tomorrow night under the lights with you guys broadcasting again. I know you'll be racing, so we'll probably rub some fenders and bend some feelings again tomorrow night. But that's part of racing at Sim500, and we'll have some fun there. And want to thank Tim Corner Motorsports as well for being an associate sponsor on this car, and Trey Edson for designing this car as well. Got the red, white, and blue, patriotic scheme. And we look forward to the rest of the season. You guys do a great job in the broadcast booth. I'm sure I'll watch it tomorrow like I'd always do at work. And yeah, that's about it.
Justin, thanks for your time, and we'll definitely see you on the track tomorrow night for the Trans Service Cup Series.
Have a great night.
And that was Justin Fuller winning this race here tonight in that number 51 Nemesis Lab machine. We'll run you down through the top 10 here as Justin Fuller, of course, comes away with the win. Daniel Falkingham and Chad Coleman round out the top 3. Josh Parker 4th. Dwayne Vincent 5th. Chris Caboo in the number 5 is going to finish 6th. Stephen Herring, nice run for the 98 in 7th. Byron Daly rebounding for 8th. Tommy Ryan and John Wilco going to round out the top 10. The rest of the field is going to scroll across the screen. And Aaron, it was an action-packed night here tonight at Daytona. Lots of fun to watch.
Yeah, I want to ask you something. What could you take from watching the broadcast tonight that you could use tomorrow night?
Well, I think I took a lot of things away, just as far as, I know the Xfinity cars and the Cup cars are going to be quite a bit different as far as the draft package goes. But nonetheless, I learned what these guys are thinking in the car and under the helmets and in the heat of the moment and what they're going to be doing tomorrow night. So definitely learned a lot for tomorrow night, in the sense of how these guys are going to drive and what their driving styles are and what their ideas are in the heat of the moment of what they want to do. So that's definitely going to help me out quite a bit tomorrow night. And I'm looking forward to racing tomorrow night. I believe you'll be in the broadcast booth tomorrow watching, so that's going to be a lot of fun to do. And tonight, though, Justin Fuller wins at Daytona in the Xfinity cars here in the Kickass Beef Jerky Xfinity Series in Sim500. And we're signing off. And remember, when you're out there on the roads, to put that phone down. Whatever you need to do, you text. If you need to make a call, it can wait. And for everybody here at Sim500 and the Sim Racing Network, thank you for tuning in once again. And tune in tomorrow night for the Trans-Service Cup Series here. Where I'll be in the 96 car trying to click off my first win of the season. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.